So I worked at 23andMe for about a year, and I wanted to make this video to share my honest thoughts about working at the company. There were a lot of things I liked about 23andMe and my time there. So I started working there in May 2022, and I worked there until June 2023. My role was called the Regulatory Affairs Coordinator, so I helped the Regulatory Affairs team coordinate different projects. What Regulatory Affairs is, by the way, is it's a cool combination of things like marketing, legal, project management, and a few other things like, in our case, scientific things with biotech, all fused together to help different medical device teams like 23andMe get their products approved by regulatory authorities. One of those is like FDA, as an example. So I was helping with that, and I spent a little over a year doing that. And there were, like I said, a lot of things that I really liked about being there. I worked with a ton of interesting people who were all like really smart, and a lot of people there were really nice, which I liked a lot. I worked with teams in orgs like product science, quality assurance, legal, sometimes a little bit of marketing, and genetic platform analytics. There were a lot of people, a lot of cool teams that I got to work with. So having that variety of interaction was really cool. My immediate team was super awesome. My boss, my direct supervisor was amazing. And some of my other managers were also really great. There was no one on my team that I was like, oh, I don't really like working with them, which is pretty cool. Like, I'm not even trying to hype them up. I genuinely thought they were cool to work with. So I'm grateful for them. So my team was great. My work was pretty chill. I wouldn't say it was particularly difficult. I also wouldn't say it was like the most interesting thing I've ever done. I think it was a good mix of, hey, put in the work, get to do some interesting things, maybe some more mundane things that still aren't a huge drain on me at all. By more mundane things, I mean things like formatting different documents to make sure they're up to the standards we need. Things like that. I also got to work on more interesting things too. One of the projects I really liked working on that I won't go like super deep into because I don't know how much I can share is basically I used a public database of genetic information and analyzed that database to be able to help our team decide on which sorts of genetic interferences might be at play in the health product. So if you're watching and you're like, oh, okay, I don't really know that much about what 23andMe does and the product that we offer, or not, I don't work there anymore, but the product that they offer, essentially you can buy a spit kit to spit in and then you'll mail it off to them. They'll extract the DNA for you and they can tell you things depending on which sort of product you buy about your ancestry, your health predispositions for different conditions. And it's also pretty, if I can talk, it's honestly pretty cool because for me, for example, I got to learn that I have a good mix of Native American DNA, about 47% indigenous, Mexican, like Native North American DNA, and then a mix of other things. And I got to also learn about any predispositions for different health conditions. So I really enjoyed being a part of that team because I just think the product's cool. I think what they're doing is cool. So like I said, my team was cool. Got to do some interesting work that was not super difficult, not always the most interesting, but a good balance of a few things. My role was also super flexible. I was fully remote. I got to move cross country actually while working the job, and they were flexible with me to do that, which I was grateful for. So why did I leave? It was not by my choice. In June 2023, they let go of about 10% of the company, including me and some of my other friends who were coworkers there. And I don't have any hard feelings about that. I totally get the need to restructure based on business needs. I think my role was just one of those where maybe it wasn't as high priority for them. So I don't feel bad about that at all. I think the only thing I'm sad about is that I didn't have an opportunity to maybe move into another position that they actually need because I actually liked working there. So yeah, that's how it came to an end. I think overall though, I had a great experience working there. there weren't a ton of opportunities for improvement that I would identify. I think maybe one is in terms of the layoff practices. I think it would be nice to be a little bit more personable. I just got an email and then my company laptop was shut off. But I think that's kind of the standard in tech, where a lot of Google and Meta people that had gotten laid off had the same sort of experience where they're like, oh, I can't even log into my work laptop if they're fully remote or hybrid. So that was kind of a bummer, honestly. I also enjoyed getting to go visit the office in person one time in mid-winter of 2023. Even though I was fully remote, they invited me to go hang out with them and meet the people in person, and that was a lot of fun. I got to meet one of the C-level executives there, which was cool. I also got to meet everyone on my team. That was a great time. We got to really connect, have some nice team forming time, and also got to eat a really nice dinner. I really enjoyed that whole area, and if anyone's interested in working at 23andMe in person, I can say honestly that the office is pretty nice. So if you go work there as a software engineer or data scientist, something else in person, I think you may have a good experience. The office is also fully equipped with all the things that you'd expect at a nice tech company office, like snacks, a lot of resources, there's a gym, so it's pretty cool. I enjoyed being remote, I enjoyed my time there. I would actually, in the future, would love to maybe be a senior software engineer there, like not tomorrow, but like 5-10 years down the line. Something to think about. We'll see. I think they're doing cool stuff. In fact, recently they announced that FDA has approved them to do clinical trials on a drug that they've made for cancer, which is pretty sweet. So a lot of cool things happening there. If you look at their stock market price, it's not super high, but I think overall, like long term, I think it has some good potential. I'd say those are some of my honest thoughts about my time there. And if anyone's considering working there, yeah, I think it's a great team and good stuff happening there. Yeah, I hope this was interesting, helpful to someone. Thanks for watching.